It's Starry. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a regular, welcome back. I either have way too much stuff to cover or way too little. Who knows with me? As I am in a house and not in the field, because I'm just not ready for winter. Tuesday it was 70 degrees and kind of balmy out. And then suddenly it was in the 30s on Wednesday. And this morning it's 10 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 12 Celsius. And so we're in house. I suppose I ought to check the chat before we get started here, before it gets out of hand, and then we'll move on. Let me see. BC Treasure Trails is the first person in the house, mentioning that he's been up since 4 a.m. making sandwiches. Gregory Gibson is here. Hello, sir. Kovacian is in the house, and they mentioned that they have a premiere this morning. So I've added that onto our list. I'll go through that as soon as we're done with the chat. I am balancing StreamYard's chat plus both Stories Lost and Found and Starrylock so that I do not miss anyone who needs a wrench. Orlando, the 717 detector, is here. Dinglehopper is here. Good morning to you in Denmark. I have not seen Rune International yet this morning, so. Lock-picking engineer, I am Zaxxon. God is great all the way here from Japan, where it is 13 years into my future, or at about 11 at night. Evil Arch Conservative is here. Marlon from MAERvideos is here. And I am juggling too many chats. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. Dana Reed is here. Did I mention Dana? I don't think I did. So good morning to you. Okay. So now let's move on. Down in the comment in the description, I have more links to other people live than I have any description of my own for my live, but happening simultaneously with this one, Menardo Rob and Mr. Charlie are over there at FL Thunder Digging with Rob with their live. All these have a link down in the description. And if you're really good at multitasking, and I can tell you I'm not, you could try to balance this out, or you can move over there after I'm finished. Let me see. At 10 o'clock Eastern, or shortly after I finish, DiggingCanuck will be having Coffee with Liz. She had a really fun live yesterday where her and Tripwire were doing cross-border coinrel hunts. So at 11:30 Eastern, 10:30 Central, 9:30 Mountain, MAERvideos with co-hosted by Straight Up Metal Detecting, which is Marlon and Tripwire, will be having the ever great creator meet and greet. Simultaneously with that, we have a premiere from Kovacian, and I mention this because Kovacian is in the chat, and I wanted to make sure that they got everyone was aware of it. They have a premiere at 11:30 where they're going to be hanging out in the fjords and glaciers of Alaska. And there's a link there for that as well. I do not have a link for Guidos. He usually has his Hangout Sunday at 12:20 Eastern. I do not have a link yet. I didn't see it yet. Emily Blessings is in the house. Happy Sunday to you. And then finally, the Mercy and metal detecting live chat with John and Percy. I don't remember the time on that, and I didn't write it down foolishly, but he is over in the UK, and that will be later in the day, which will be nighttime for him, and there is a link for his live. So, I think I have covered the chat. I think I have covered the calendar for the moment. Let's switch over to a dual screen. No, let's change over to the this screen. I will be doing a giveaway today. That's why everyone is, you have to be a member for 5 minutes in order to make a comment. The phrase that you want to put into the chat, whether you're over on Starrylock, Starry's Lost and Found, and I have no idea how Facebook handles this, but it may have it probably has a chat as well. You put in too cold, because that's what I'm feeling about the weather outside. Too cold. May not be the case for everyone. It is for me. And Marlins is modifying it with never too cool. Never too cool. No, it's too cold. Not never too cool. Okay, we will cover a little while later what you'll be receiving if you win that. But I'll give you a hint. Where's the camera here? There's a hobo nickel involved, so in that giveaway. So if that at all interests you, you probably should put in too cold. We'll get back to that later. Back to dual screen. We have, I don't have a live co-host. I just have a couple friends here. We got a turtle that arrived from Guatemala. Almost forgot the name of that country. From Guatemala. And we have a cat here from Japan. This is, I believe, with the right hand up to bring in customers. So he is here to greet you and to bring you into the fold and get you to yeah, I know I'm nowhere near as cold as you are up there, but that's why I have a buffer state called Minnesota between you and me. Alien in Osaka is here. And Alien in Osaka needs to become a moderator. That is one of the benefits of me being here is I can do that on the spot. And David G is here. And he needs moderatorship as well. Okay. Now that I've introduced my co-hosts. Oh, this is going to drive me. I got multiple tabs open from the various perspectives, and the delays and shifting times are just going to drive me nuts. And none of them are a live camera. Up at the top of the chat in Starry's Lost and Found, there is a link to my 750 giveaway. That is what my greeting cat is sitting on top of, is the prize here. And you noticed at the in the thumbnail for this, I'm going to cover a little bit of a new collection I'm starting. I'm not a big collector so far, but the stickers that you saw in the thumbnail belong to... Ooh, this is going to drive me nuts. Trying to figure things out here. I'm sure once I've done this a few times in-house that we'll get used to it. There is a hobo nickel artist, contemporary, by the name of Jerry Morales. He has a website called hobocrania.square.site, and that is where you can buy a t-shirt or stickers from him. One of these stickers are going to be in the giveaway. He also is on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube under the username, all one word, My Guitar Is My Mistress. And let's see if we can do this here. Take a look. Adventures with Goat is here. And Mick Hoyle is here. Give Mick Hoyle... And Goat is not a moderator, but he is now. And Stu's Metal Detecting is here. Okay, so I went to his website, and for someone trying to make a profit off his stickers, I don't think $3.50 is unreasonable, so I bought a few. I bought a pair of each of these. That is called Stargazer. And that is a very shiny sticker. And then there is one. All these stickers are based on hobo nickels he has made. Not all of the coins chosen were nickels. He used a coin with Queen Victoria on it. It's for that engraved coin. And there is one that he did on a Mercury dime, or a Winged Liberty. And this is one that he did on a Jefferson nickel. I know it's not as impressive as actually seeing the nickels that he has done, but now I ordered 2 of each of his stickers so that I could use them in giveaways. And because of that, he sent me for free this, the Jefferson nickel skull, and this, saying that he was going to provide me a couple of his favorites. Ooh, excuse me. Tripwire's in the house, and as is Moon Over Miami. If you look down in the description, there is a timetable of everybody else's live and premiere that are happening this morning. I guess with everyone having hashtags for their collectives, we should do the same, and that way we could get more viewers when people search for that hashtag. But Guidos is here. And Deadhead's Coin is here and is now a moderator. Let me see, I'm going to cover a little bit of my collection for hobo nickels. Talk about my giveaway, to which the link to the video is up in the pinned at the top, and Mr. Bean and GW is here and now as a moderator. Kraken Travis is here and is now a moderator. Make sure you're either using GoToChannel or posting your links so people can. That's the benefit of being a moderator. LL from Keep Digging Metal Detecting is here. We're up to 22 people. Don't know what the likes are at. If you get a chance, go ahead and hit that. If not, well. So let's press on. The hobo lifestyle, which originally is a word for migrant workers. No one's completely certain where the term comes from. It may be tied in with Hoboken, New Jersey. It may not. But the migrant lifestyle that led to the term hobo started with the Great Depression, and I'm not talking the one in the 1930s. Apparently, the Great Depression was originally used as a term to apply to the Panic of 1873, where there was an economic crisis then, and as 40 to 70,000 miles of rail track existed, people started hopping the train and traveling to find work. They'd work out an area and then move on. And that got the hobo lifestyle going. As far as anyone knows, the actual making of hobo nickels happened basically in 1913 when the Buffalo nickel became available. Now, the reason why the Buffalo nickel became the coin of choice for making hobo nickels is because it is thick and it is the largest medium that you could get at the time period that was not made out of a precious metal, making it a bit out of price for somebody who is moving around and eking out a living. Home Zoo and Prospecting is here. So, the most famous of the hobo nickel carvers, and there's probably many more who are not famous at all, was a fellow named Bertram. One of the traditions established early on amongst original carvers and in modern carvers is to leave the date intact and leave the word liberty intact. Well, Bertram became famous because he would knock the L-I off of, and the Y off the end, and get Bert from Liberty. But your ability to find his coins are extremely difficult. One of his prominent students, known as Bo, are more common, but these are all well out of my price range. Original hobo nickels can run into the thousands of dollars. I have a few contemporary nickels. If you're thinking of collecting hobo nickels, the best thing to do is to, I think, Instagram and Facebook are your two best sources, but start connecting with creators. And even if they're not going to sell direct, because most of them will auction off on YouTube or on Facebook, you get used to the names. And you want to make sure you buy from the artist, because there's a lot of copycats out there. And there is a lot of minting, pressing metal and making a fake hobo coin where you're not actually carving the original coin. Marlon is posting Lisa's adventures in Michigan, which I'm assuming means Lisa is in house and I simply have missed her chat. I am not doing well for multitasking here. Charles Rich is over on Starrylock, as is Legless Lockpicker. Sorry for the weird angle as I lean into. I opted not to get bifocals, so I have to sort of look over my glasses sometimes, but it works well most of the time. Okay. Most of the, trying to remember where, oh, that's my problem. I have to change my settings again. Okay. Most of the nickels only modify the front. The buffalo remains unchanged. Some add their signatures on the back, and then on a rare occasion, the buffalo is actually modified. But that is a rare situation to my understanding. There is a nickel. Let's see if I can show you without getting the glare. This is called Skinny Tuco. This is done by an artist who calls himself Steve Areno. Is using a buffalo nickel as his medium. He is doing what is called a shallow cut because he is actually using the image on the nickel as the basis for what he is carving. There are people who do deep carvings and they completely wipe out everything but the date and the Liberty on there and carve original topics, and that completely alters things. And Steve Areno does modify. Got to remember to flip that because this is an American coin. I don't know if you can read that there, but he has the name Steve Areno carved across the buffalo. The next one that I have here, skulls tend to show up a lot in hobo nickels. This is done by Gordon Reistrick. And Gordon Reistrick sells both on Etsy and on YouTube. Not YouTube, eBay. He does a minor modification on back, has a GR for Gordon Reistrick, and then the year in which he carved this nickel on there. And then my final one, I'm saying final because I only have 3 because I'm giving one to you, some lucky winner today, is one by Brett Pearson. Brett often does deep carves, putting original topics on here. He has a Spock, a Yoda, all sorts of topics that he does on there. This in particular he did a set of carvings where he used mug shots from the 1930s and then used that as his inspiration for the carving. And then I go and drop it on the floor. He does not modify the buffalo. And I can no longer... It could be that he got a hobo nickel that had no date, but the date is not visible. So on his. On the one I'm giving away, it is also not visible. The word Liberty is. So. And Papa York is here. And is now moderator. And listen to Mick Hoyle when he says not to forget that like. And Pocket Woman has joined us. That is all I have for hobo nickels at the moment. Oh, in case you're wondering why hobo nickels were made, this is according to tradition. I do not know how accurate this is, but according to tradition, if you were a migrant worker, you were short on funds and all you had was a nickel and some simple tools like a nail, and you could carve something, you might be lucky and be able to persuade a merchant to sell you something for more than a nickel, that costs more than a nickel with your carved nickel. So there's the reason that the and we are nearly at the halfway point. If you have recently come in, don't forget, well, I guess you wouldn't know. If you have recently come in, type in too cool to get on the giveaway. Too cold, because it is too cold outside for me. It may not be too cold as we're down in Australia where, you know, you're going into summer, I'm going into spring, so. I'll get these controls figured out just in time to go back to being outside. As soon as I acclimatize myself to the cold, then I will start going outside again. Next Sunday probably won't be it, as it's going to be even colder out, but yeah, we'll see. So, let me... we covered my small collection. We've covered the stickers from Jerry Morales and talked about his website where you can buy the stickers. I did buy a pair of everything so that I can slowly give them away. So you can get them that way too. Steve is too cold. No, I'm too cold. Shouldn't have corrected him. You're saying too cool. Never too cool before. Now Steve is too cold. And Casey Jones has joined us saying morning all. And you are now a moderator. Okay. I'm going to take a quick drink. I don't have a co-host other than my Guatemalan turtle and my Japanese cat, but they don't talk much, so you'll just have to pause here with me. Okay. I bet you're wondering what you get if you are the lucky person on Too Cold to win. There is a slightly different Brent Pearson. There is an organization called the Original Hobo Nickel Society, and they were founded in 1980 to gather together collectors of original hobo nickels. And as they gathered collectors together, they got people who had the knowledge to be able to authenticate and what's the term in coin collecting, to tell you the grade of the coin. But they got people who had those talents, and then they started getting contemporary carvers joining up. Well, when I joined the Original Hobo Nickel Society, they sent me a free Brent Pearson hobo nickel. And that's where I sort of got going. And then the rest of the giveaway. I will also throw in one of my poker chips in addition to these, but you will get a white Starry's Lost and Found that is die cut. You will get a mirror finished with a different die cut Starry's Lost and Found, and a third. This is one of my favorite patterns. I previously only had this in matte, but it is now in the hologram form, and it does colors nicely, and I really like that one. That is what you'll get in addition to one of my poker chips and the coin from Brent Pearson. The fun little, as we're rather skull oriented today because of the hobo nickel, I will be throwing in this lapel pin, which is a mixed drink where with the ice is a skull. And then this sticker, which I believe is supposed to be a gelatinous cube from D&D, formed like a D20, and then having skulls and swords and so forth sticking out of it. Chris Capoon is here. If I missed you earlier, sir, I am sorry. But either way, welcome. Digging with Deej is in the house. Phrase at the moment is too cold. I am going to, in addition to my swag and the hobo nickel, I am going to be providing you a Jerry Morales, My Guitar Is My Mistress Stargazer. That is a very shiny hologram. Community stickers will include 907. Orlando's 717. Metal Detecting Brooklyn. Grandma Kelly. You don't just have to go to MAERvideos to get his stickers. You can get them through me too, as I do have a few extras. But get them from the original and join him later. We have a Bottle Cap Bob. We have Murph's Magnet Mania. And that is not all, because I'm only doing one giveaway and not two. I've packed them all into one. We have a Lady Kid Nichols. Alley Cat Treasures. Very sparkly digging. Metal detector. Hugo, who only has, as far as I know, a Facebook. Joker's Magnet. Mermaid Treasure Hunter. And as Detect Dig Smile recently restocked his stickers with me, I have a whole bunch of these, so you'll be getting a Detect Dig and Smile. Big thick pack, because I'm being lazy, and unlike Marlon, I am not only doing one giveaway. Amanda's Adventures is here. Boy, all of you are just, I don't see a name on here where I don't try to catch a video frequently. I don't always get all of you because I'm subscribed to over 1,000 channels and you can't get everyone, but I try. Martin Smith is here and is now a moderator. Expressions of the Outdoors is here and is now a moderator. So we'll be doing that in about 9 minutes. So if you have not typed in "too cold," which describes my reaction to my weather, G Key Man must be here because I see a high G Key. And Mike Wolf is here. Let me head over to the other tab on Starrylock to make certain I am getting everyone. Okay, so this week I have been oriented toward collecting in the form, in this case in the form of hobo nickels. Next week I am going to be doing an unboxing of a lock that I received from Panda Frog and doing an attempted pick. And he used one of the newer models of the U.S. registered mail locks. This is one of the older ones. These older ones actually have built into them security pins, and you have to remove 3 screws in order to get into them. The front, the back, and the bottom. And I will be talking more about these locks then, and I'll be doing an unboxing and an attempted pick of, he got a hold of, he won one of my giveaways, received a lot of U.S. postal locks, including one of the registered mails. He attempted to buy an additional one off of either eBay or similar purchasing setup that's available in Switzerland, and got one where the counters were broken and the lock didn't work. So he took it apart, and as he had one of the newer models, he discovered straight pins instead of security pins. So he made it into a challenge lock, and the first person he thought to send it to was me. When I am done with it, I am sending it on to Jack Fox. Now, I have to remember which window I'm on here. All of the ones that say registered U.S. mail on them use this same key. The security is not in the key. although it is not necessarily the easiest thing to deal with. If you are picking it, the pins are actually, the opening is down here, and the pins are actually way up here. So you have to make sure your pick can reach far deep enough. The security is in the fact that once you start unlocking this, you cannot go back. There's a mechanism that stops it from going back. As you can see, once I start turning that, I cannot close it again. And by completing the rotation, the counter goes up. And I had been at 200, and I'm now at 201. Now, the reason I am showing this now, on my Starry's Lost and Found channel, I've reached 750 subscribers. And I am doing a giveaway. Now, for the regular giveaway, all you got to do is leave a comment. On that video, and I will draw out 5 people. And the lucky winner will receive 1 ounce silver coin. This is a colorized coin. I'm not going to show it here as an encouragement for you to go over and check out the video. It's linked at the top. You can easily find it through my channel. Leave a comment. This is a beautiful coin from the Perth Mint. And it has 2 rabbits on it, celebrating the lunar year of the rabbit. If, when you go make your comment, or make a second comment if you've already made one, put in the word postal. Try to work it into a sentence. Bet you the postal cost on that one's going to be high. You will be in a separate drawing, just available to anyone who puts in the word postal. And I'm only going to mention this here and in the middle. Most people who watch this on the replay will watch only the first 10 to 15 minutes. We're at 42 minutes. Pretty good chance they're not going to see this. So when you go watch, work in the word postal, and you will have a chance to win this U.S. registered mail lock and its key. Lucky Callie and KR Experiences here. All the way from Portugal, which I think is 7 hours ahead of me. Puts it in the middle of the afternoon. So, I think I've covered everything. We still have 15 minutes. Oh, I'm in trouble. Let me see. I've covered the hobo nickels. Oh, when you watch the video, there's also one other prize that you could win. I forgot to tell you something. When you make a comment on the giveaway, I'm sorry if this is scattershot and you're not getting what I'm getting at here. I hope you are. I am going to choose 5 comments with the comment picker, and then of those 5, I'll run a duck race. The person who wins this will have a chance to get into that duck race amongst the original 5, but also the winner of this, the person I choose on the comment picker with the word postal, will get into the duck race. So there will be a 6th person in the race, and if you're really lucky, you might be one of 2 out of the 6 might be a duck, one of your ducks. So then everybody else knows who watches the giveaway video. Maybe I should let you learn about it there, but I'll tell you about it now anyway, as I've already let you in on top secret information about Postal. This Walking Liberty coin, I've never done this before, but I'm going to accept donations for this giveaway. Right now, I am simply giving away a beautiful coin from the Perth Mint, 1 ounce of silver. If you want to send me to my address, and it has to arrive obviously before December 4th, when the drawing is going to occur. If you want to send me something to contribute to the giveaway, I'll put you on a list. And one lucky donor will be receiving this Walking Liberty and will be added into the duck race. As the winner of this coin, you get into the duck race. So if amongst you select few, how many people are in here? 40 people? What the hell's going on? Never had this high a number. Amongst you select 40 people, or a rewatcher who's actually here at 45 minutes, you can get into the duck race by being a donor, by sending me an additional prize. And if you win this, you can get into the duck race. If you use Postal, you can get into the duck race. And if you are amongst one of the 5 commenters who get into the duck race, you could actually have 3 out of the 7 ducks, which gives you pretty good odds of winning the final prize. I am not going to show you that coin. You got to go watch the video. It is linked up above, pinned up above as a comment, and it is also, if you go to my channel, you'll see, thank you for getting me to 750. What's that? Let's have our giveaway. Hey, I hit the right button. Okay. If you have not put in too cold, do so now. Entering it more than once won't help you. It only takes 1 entry, but if you're uncertain, if you put it in, you know? And we are now at 47 minutes. I don't want to wait to the last minute. Let's find out who won this large stack of community stickers, some of my swag, a lapel pin, a hobo nickel. We got 31 entries. 31 entries and 40 people. Always somebody holding out. Sort of like I have over 130 views on my giveaway video, where all you have to do is leave a comment for your chance to enter the giveaway, and I only have about 60 entries, so you gotta wonder. But I guess some people don't want to win, either because they have too many things or, you know, whatever reason. Kovacian is saying, roll the die. Okay. Let's find out who won. And it is... Ooh, it paused a couple times there. I wasn't sure who was going to win. Stu's Metal Detecting. I'm not sure if I have your... address, Stu. You need to get that to me, so I make sure I can get the winnings out to you. Okay, I think I've covered everything. Liz is starting up with Coffee with Liz in 10 minutes. The Menardo, Rob, and Mr. Charlie are already going. Marlon is about 90 minutes out. Doesn't hurt to show up early at Marlon's, because at the 10-minute mark or so, he is going to do an early bird giveaway. You want to get there early. And sometimes, if you don't have multiple tabs open, Digging Canuck can go past 90 minutes, and you might miss the opening part of MAERvideos. And sometimes Rob and Charlie go past the 90. For him, that would be 2.5 hours. And you might miss the opening early bird section on Marlin. So you got to get there early. Most of the people coming over from Rob's will do a Rob raid, or I think is the term. In my case, it'd be a Starry raid. So when you move from here and head over to Rob's chat or head over to Liz's chat, you make sure you say Starry raid so that they know that I sent you. If you're really ambitious, you could do the same thing to Marlon, but as his video starts 90 minutes after I'm done, it's a little odd. But I'm sure Marlon will be happy to have you if you're not there already. If you are good at multitasking, you can watch Kovaction's premiere, which happens simultaneously. I'm not sure how long their premiere is going to be with MAERvideos. Guidos is usually about 10 minutes, starts about 10 minutes before Marlon is finished. And then later in the day, Percy with the Mercian metal detecting will be hanging out with John and doing an excellent metal detecting chat. The links are all in the description. Make sure you check them out if you get a chance. It's on my About page, both on Starrylock and Starry's Lost and Found. And if I was any good at StreamYards, I could put it up here for you, but it's probably just best to get it there. Stickman Outdoors, how do you not have moderatorship? Well, you do now. And good morning. I saw Evil Arch Conservative earlier, but I haven't seen her in a while after her initial hello. I think I saw Evil Arch Conservative. And Evil Arch Conservative showed up way early in the chat. Over on Starrylock when it was just Starrylock, Donna Reed, and Evil Arch. Something must have come up. That is true, Marlon. The PC only shows the email on the About, except that I have it, I physically typed it in as well. If you look in my About description, you will see it there as well. I went around the rules, the safety rules that YouTube puts in place to protect me. And I guess I have not showed this off. My sweatshirt to try to keep warm. A lot like Marlon has to shut off the furnace in his garage while his broadcast is there because his furnace is way too loud. The furnace in this place is too. So I've had it shut off and I've been wearing a sweatshirt because it's now down in the 50s in this building. But this is 501 Magnets. It's one of my few sweatshirts. I got a lot of t-shirts, but I only have a couple sweatshirts. But well labeled, this is my magnet fishing shirt, and then 508 Magnets. But I know there's a way to put it at the bottom, but I am not familiar enough with StreamYard, so I'm simply going to put it into the chat and then highlight it. Now to wait for it to show up on. Ooh, that was fast. No, missed it by one. There we go. There's my email. We are down to 4 minutes. I'm going to let you go so that you can move over to Rob or head over to Liz's. Make sure you do a Starry raid if you show up at either of those so you can let them know that I sent. Rob has a lot of giveaways. He's always entertaining with him and Charlie. And Liz can be pretty good too. Liz isn't as good as Rob for being conscious about time. Rob tends to try to end, doesn't always make it, in time for Marlon. But if you're lucky enough to have that you're on a computer, you can multi-tab, or you might be able to, if you have more than one phone or a tablet and a phone, you might be able to pull it off. But, We Go Places Tours, who I recently subscribed to, is here, and they are now a moderator. So I hope you all had fun. If Stu's Metal Detecting can email me his address, I will be getting out his winnings on Monday. Tomorrow. Post office is open tomorrow. I got a lot of work to do for work, but they make me pick up the mail for whatever reason. So, well, I'm elbow deep in computer. I have to suddenly set everything down and go get the mail so they can process checks. Adventures with I Am Papa is a moderator. The chat will keep going a little bit after I am finished, but I am going to end now. Head off to the live of your choice if you have the time to go. And we'll see you next Sunday. I'll probably be doing another live with another giveaway. Sometime I'm going to get ambitious and sit down and list off all the links to all the channels for the stickers I'm giving away. Going to blatantly steal that from Marlon's habit because, well, it's good practice to shout people off that way. So, take care, everyone, and we will see you soon.